Can you send my
Yep, hold on, I promise. I will get to every single person.
Right.
You'll send me an email. Do you rock? No? All right, good. I'm just gonna put this here. Nobody break my wine. It's a nice gift. All right, you'll take this picture,
Yep.
and then you'll email Gary at VaynerMedia.
Okay.
And then you'll put French subtitles in the title, subject line.
Yeah.
And then I'll get it organized.
All right, no problem.
How's everybody? Good?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Gary.
How's the food?
Thank
Food
you.
was fucking ridiculously good. And I'm a snobby The wine was really good too. I'm a snobby New Yorker, and that was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Has anybody ever eaten here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
It's fancy though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you have to.
You're
I
fancy.
live here.
You're a fancy
No,
dude,
I live
huh?
here.
No, just kidding. That's awesome.
You have
Awesome.
to, it's
Thanks,
4
man.
months before you can eat.
All right, here's my concept for this, so I can like get through this. Let's just first do like selfies and signed books, and then we can do questions, because otherwise people have to wait like 4 or 5 hours, and
Okay.
I've done this before. So let's first do the photos and things of that nature, and then I'll try to answer questions if I can. If I have a minute. Yeah. Real pleasure.
Who for you is the best NBA player ever?
Who's the best NBA player ever?
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing, right?
You're not recording. Best NBA player is Patrick Ewing, because I'm a Knicks fan, and that's
Knicks
who I
fan.
say.
All
Go
right.
Chiefs!
All right.
Nice video.
Real pleasure, man. Thanks for coming.
Something to tell to the Belgian people?
Reverse engineer yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. Not for your parents, not for me, not for him, for yourself.
Thanks, Gary.
You got it. Where were you
I'm
before?
Curacao, out in the Caribbean.
Okay,
My dad lives there, but
Okay.
I want to sell stuff and make money.
okay.
But my market lives in the U.S. How
Okay.
can I do that the best?
Well, what do you want to sell?
T-shirts, and it's
Okay.
gonna be fishing T-shirts.
Okay,
And so it needs to be high performance, and they're not gonna find them here.
okay.
Only in
so,
the U.S.
So why can't you
Because
set
I
up
don't
this?
have a friend or cousin or brother in the U.S. that can hold 1,000 T-shirts in his room for me.
You shouldn't do that. You should sell them on spec.
You're the one who made me shift towards gratitude in my business.
How do you choose which
And
Funny thing happens when you make that move.
true, right?
Yeah. It's all these things are switches. Everybody wants these little things. They're binary. You're either on or you're off.
Yep.
There's no half pregnant.
The process.
It's a process.
So my question is actually this: I have an idea, and I'm really into it. I really want to work for it. But my question is, the only thing that I'm missing is actually a good financial base.
Yep.
I know how to get it, but how can I work it in that way that I still have something to say in my own idea, the best possible way?
Well, if you don't have the money and if you raise the money, you don't have the say, then you have to wait until you have the money to have the say.
That's the best and only way, you think?
It's the only way if you want to have say. Unless you decide that this idea is worth you learning from. The biggest problem everybody here is going to make is they think their current idea is the end all be all. A lot of your businesses and ideas are stepping stones.
Okay.
So maybe it's better for you to not have say, learn what's good, learn what's bad. You're a young man.
Yeah, 21.
You know what's great about being a businessman is you don't retire at 31 like an athlete. You play forever. So instead of waiting until you make the money to have control, maybe it's better to not have control. You learn. It sucks because you don't have control,
True.
but you learn. Maybe you'll make some money, and then you can take the money and go do your next thing. You're always gonna have ideas. This isn't your first idea.
That's true. That's true. That's
Got it?
actually true.
Don't fall in love with an idea.
Okay, exactly. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
I want to say to you that if today I stand there, it's because of one guy who is behind you, who got twisted what you said, that you have to cut friends from your inner circle
Yes.
to succeed.
Yes.
And today, I know that I'll achieve greatness because I will show him that you have not to cut friends to make it.
I love it, man. Well, good. Like too many people try to make a narrative. The only narrative that works is your true narrative.
Yeah.
So many people here fronting as experts or as coaches and making stuff happen. You're aspiring, you're through the process. Document your best story that will get more people to buy more jewelry than anything is that you guys come out and say, we're just starting, we don't know shit. We just know that we want to put this out in the world. People will relate to that more than you saying we're this, we're that. Got it?
Yeah.
The truth always wins.
Okay.
It might not be winning this moment, this month, this year, but it always wins at the end.
I'm a radio host at one of the national radio studio Brussels.
Okay?
And I'm a high school dropout.
Vlog.
I quit high school when I was 17.
Yep.
Now I'm just chasing my career, trying to do some shit,
Yep.
But I see a lot of kids right now.
I'm listening to you.
What you see right now is like maybe 0.001% of people that chase their dreams. What I
Right.
want to do is I want to start a sort of YouTube show.
Okay.
With interviewing like celebrities.
Okay.
About following their dreams.
Okay.
To inspire a lot of people here,
Okay.
youngsters
Okay.
like me. But how do I brand something like this I know through YouTube, but how do I use Twitter, Instagram, Facebook up to its full potential to just grow it as you know what I mean? Like,
Of course I know.
So
It's the quality of your content.
is it only the content?
And it's the tactics. So the tactics are free. You can buy jab, 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 right hook for $12 and fucking, I told you the tactics. The number one thing everybody should do here is not listen to what I'm saying, they should watch what I do. You wanna be big on all these platforms, just look at my behavior. The problem is everybody wants it to happen too fast.
Yeah.
The question isn't how do you do it, the question that people really mean is how do I do it faster? The answer is you don't.
Yeah.
Your upside is going to be predicated on how good you actually are.
Okay.
The end.
Okay.
Like, what do? You put it out. Use hashtags. You do. Everybody does the same shit.
Yeah, with these small things like hashtags and stuff that I don't know anything about that I'm trying
It's
to learn.
called Google. I'm being serious with you.
Or Ecosia right now.
You know, it's called Google, man. Just go to Google and be like, how do I use hashtags to grow my Instagram? There's 4,000 articles.
Yeah, but the thing, hashtag is just an example for it.
No, that's one of the examples.
Yeah, exactly. One of the
The
examples.
real question everybody asks is how to do it faster, and the answer is there's no faster. You'll get there based on your talent. If you're ridiculously fucking hot, all these fucking dudes will follow you.
You think?
Sure, hot chicks win on Instagram. if you're ridiculously smart and you're great and motivational and understand what the fuck you're saying, all these dudes will watch it. That's what happens with me.
Okay.
Like you've gotta have it.
The thing is, like, the only thing that I have, the only doubt is the States. I know the mindset of the States is really different as the mindset here. People here are afraid to take risks, to go at
YouTube
it.
isn't Belgium only.
True, but
what?
I want to try to tackle people from Belgium first.
Great, well then you can't be mad at Belgium's mindset if you want to sell to Belgium.
Do you believe that I can change your mindset?
I believe you can change your mindset over the course of a lifetime, but not in 2 years, and not in 5 years.
Of course, no, I have patience. I have patience.
So sure.
Of course.
But European DNA is structured.
Okay.
Europe's where it's at. If you're the greatest of all time, if you're Muhammad Ali or Martin Luther King, I think you can change it. If
I
not,
believe
you
I can
can't.
be that.
Well, then do it.
Okay.
Martin Luther King and Muhammad Ali didn't come and ask me to do it.
What are the 3 most important basics for you to start a business?
I mean,
I want you to take a photo.
you have to have skill.
Yeah.
You have to be patient. You have to have a product that people want. You have to be good at marketing. You have to be good at people.
Yeah.
God, my man, 99% of everybody's businesses here will fail.
Yeah.
We're living in fake entrepreneur land. Everybody thinks it's so easy. It's hard. Everybody can be an entrepreneur. You can have a business. Can you live on it for the rest of your life?
Exactly.
That's a whole different game. So, I mean, the thought of even asking what, like, even the question speaks to like raw, young, you know? Like, there's a million ways to win. You're the smartest. You're the hardest working. You saw white space that nobody else saw. There's no right answer. There's just a million ways to do it. You need to figure out what works for you.
I'm basically been bullshitting the last 2 years, and I just want to have some pep talks and great motivational things to just get me started tomorrow, because I just have been not doing anything that I should have been doing, because I just have so many doubts, and I just think too much of what other people will think of my thing. Because I know the thing I want to do. I already started my YouTube channel, and I already know what I have to do. I know your ethos of document, not create. So I know what I have to do, but I just
You're not there yet.
Yeah, I'm not
You're
there.
yet.
I just need that
You know,
last push.
You know, you're here because you know I'm right.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I can say, like, maybe tonight's the night where I'm like, just do it, fuck them.
Yeah.
But the truth is, even if you feel the high for me on like, so if I miraculously came up with an amazing thing to say to you right now, the truth is next Thursday happens and I'm not here. So what I would say is, the fact that you even know I'm right, so you have to understand, the reason people leave negative comments on me, or they don't like me, some people here didn't like me at first, is because I'm not letting you get away with your bullshit. I'm getting to the point of it. And the people that don't like me are the ones that want to pay other people or want other people that show them Lamborghinis or watches. They want to trick them. They want to trick them into feeling good. There's only work. There's only not caring about everybody else. You know what to do. You grew up in a way, environment, parents, DNA, that hasn't let you get there yet. But the fact that you're even here and you basically said what you have to do to me. I didn't say anything.
No, I know, yeah.
It's just a matter of time now. Yeah. What you need to do is keep pressure on it. The reason I never change my tune is the reason I'm getting so many people to do things is because I don't waver. It's constant offense. I'm gonna pound you every day, multiple times a day, with the same fucking thing. It never changes. It's the same thing. luckily for me, there's new platforms, so it feels like I'm saying something new, because shit's changing, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing, and you'll just eventually get there. What you need to do is you need to keep paying attention to people like me or others that sound like me, so that it becomes your norm, it becomes your oxygen. There is no other voices, and eventually, just like when you jumped off a diving board to a pool, just like when you kiss somebody for the first time, just like anything else you ever did in life, eventually you get there and you do it, and you never look back.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So the key is to suffocate yourself into pressuring yourself to have no other options.
Okay.
The reason I'm worth listening to is because I'll do that for you, and then you don't need me anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I don't need to sell you anything.
No. Can you just
I don't want you to stay around.
I just want one favor for you. Can
Yeah.
you just scream in my face? Just fucking do it.
I don't even want to do that because I'll tell you
want that
why.
boost to just do it,
I'll tell you why. I don't want to because I don't feel it's right. You know why?
Why not?
Because it's tactical.
But it's just a mental thing, I think. I just
No,
want to
you
get
want
that
me to
trigger.
fix the sink. I want you to fix your well.
Damn.
You understand?
Yeah.
You just want me to fix your sink right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. You already know the answer. My screaming in your face will be a fun moment.
Yeah.
It'll be cool to think back to. It's
Yeah.
not what you need right now. What you need is constant pressure on any voice that's penetrating you that isn't allowing you to make that jump. Whether that's your mom or older brother or your aunt or your best friend or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. I don't know who the fuck that is, but you need to eliminate it.
Okay.
You don't have to cut them out like that other, like you don't have to cut, when I say cut friendship out, I mean, I have friends that I don't listen to a fucking word they say. They're my friends, but I don't take their words as my gospel. You know what to do, I heard you. That's why I'm not gonna give it to you, I heard you. I know you're ready.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what you are? Just a matter of time.
How do you meet investors?
How do you meet investor?
Yes.
You go to angellist.com, you get a list of all the people and you message them.
All right, thank you.
And 99% of them will say no, and four of them will say yes, and you'll learn from those experiences.
Thank you so much.
You just keep asking.
We have a platform, it's like the mini Google of online shopping.
Okay.
So Google makes money when you buy something, they get a commission, but they don't share it. You understand it, but in Belgium, people don't get it. In Europe, no one gets it. So when you log on us, you register, you just buy your shit, then you get a commission, but we share the commission with the users.
Yeah,
So
but Google brings them value otherwise. Google does other things besides just sell them things.
Of course, but our problem is that people don't understand that they can get a percentage back of their
earnings
and
of
how
their
they
buying,
shop.
yeah.
So how do we promote, how do we market the platform?
You get in front of them.
But
so how do you do that, right?
So now we start with influencers.
Yep.
We
good.
make a personal
good.
landing page.
Yep.
They put it in their
Yep.
Instagram bio.
That's a good start.
We make a picture from
I like
them.
that.
They
That's
say,
a good start.
And then the followers of the influencers, they get €10 as a
I get it.
bonus. It's all great, but how should we do it?
At scale?
How do we tell our story? Because no one gets it. That's the problem.
You should make a video and explain it.
But we already tried it, and it's like in Belgium, like if I ask here, maybe the half of the people know that Google earn via commission.
Well, Google earns commission through, what are you talking about? Through Google Shopping?
Also, yeah, but what we do is so you log in, you go to your Amazon, you buy, and then you get a percentage.
I know
back.
what he's doing. Okay.
But here in Belgium and in Europe, it's
Who in the US is doing it successfully?
the platform that we built, no one. So you have
Think about that for a minute.
cashbacks. You have
Think about that for a minute.
He's from New York.
Give that thought. You know what I mean? To me, incentivized back.
But I'm the marketer, so
Respect.
we are the agency. And,
I get it. They're the client.
He drove me with the cab on his cost just to ask you this question.
The problem is when you do incentivized commission-based affiliate cashback buying, it's never worked because it's not enough of a value prop to them. They can get that from the American Express. It's just not a valuable enough product.
Yeah.
The reason I asked you who in the US does it, you're blaming it on Belgium? How about the US, the most progressive market in the world? Where's it happening? China, the next most progressive. The model doesn't work.
Your advice to your 21-year-old self is date more chicks, have more fun.
Right,
How do you balance it with hustle?
I didn't balance it. I worked every minute.
How would you balance it though?
In hindsight,
Yes. How would you do it?
maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weekends a year. Like it wouldn't be that much. I'm pretty happy with the way it is. Look, people's mouths are way ahead and ambitions are way ahead of their actions. Everybody's talking shit, but people aren't putting in the work. So you just need, but by the way,
if that's your goal.
Exactly, like, do you know how great it is to make $100,000 a year and be happy and go on vacation and love your life? It's great. Everybody now thinks they have to build Facebook. It's stupid.
Exactly.
You just need to know yourself. You don't need to
And can you start at 28?
You could start at 58.
And building
Kentucky,
$1 billion businesses?
Of course, Kentucky Fried Chicken, the guy was 75 years old when he started. Do whatever the fuck you want, I don't know. What do you want to do? You're not sure.
Like you.
You want to be like me, then you need to start putting in work and start selling stuff, you know, like you should.
And how do you do that?
Well, the way I did it at your age was I didn't give a shit about school. I got bad grades and I spent all my time on building a business. I didn't go out with my friends. I didn't play video games. I didn't hook up with girls. I fucking worked.
What do you mean by building a business?
My plan back then was everybody was collecting baseball cards and comic books, so I was buying baseball cards and comic books and selling it back to them.
Okay.
Shopify now.
You know, exactly, like, oh fuck, guys. If you think I did well now, if I grew up in the era that you're growing up in, this shit would have been over a long time ago. If I had eBay and Shopify and Google and fucking the internet, I didn't have shit, there was no computers. Fucking went to the store, bought shit, love it. Bought shit, went to the flea market on Saturday and sold it, like shit, like you guys have it so good, so easy.
You should come
you
to
have it so good, you have so good, so easy that it tricks you that it's easy.
That's the problem.
It's so good and so easy that you're getting tricked that it's easy. It's not easy.
What do your wife do to make you possible to do what you do?
She supports me unconditionally at her own expense.
Yeah, because my husband is the better entrepreneur of the two of us.
Yes.
And I want to support him all the way, but what do I have to do to make him?
You have to become independent and selfless.
Okay.
But that's very hard. That's easy for me to say to you.
Yeah.
It's hard to actually do it. You know, my wife is a special person. You know, she's a special person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To be in a place where she supports the insanity that I execute, that takes enormous confidence. It takes enormous humility, selflessness, and it takes a lot of independence. She doesn't need me at all for her happiness. That's hard when you're sharing a life with somebody. So, and what that does is it guilts me into spending more time. You know, it's you give, you get, right?
I'm almost graduating as an electrical engineer this year, and I realized I actually hate it.
Yes, it's very common.
Yes, so I actually want to get into the cosmetic industry.
Awesome.
And developing products and makeup.
Amazing.
But it's more in the chemical engineering industry. So now I'm wondering, what should I do to emerge that industry?
I would email every single head of R&D of every cosmetic business in the world and tell them your story.
All right, and see what they answer. And
if you email 1,700 people on LinkedIn and tell them your story, all you need is one to say, you know what, I like the way you emailed me.
Okay.
Understand?
Yes, I do.
It's practical.
Yeah.
It's you know what's the problem? Everybody's debating.
Yeah.
People don't understand there's value in doing. You can change 2 years later.
Yeah, indeed.
There's no losing.
Now the only form of losing is sitting and debating.
Yeah.
Means you're not doing anything.
Sure. Yeah, just working.
What do you like?
I do like repairing electronics, for example. Yeah, so.
Good.
Okay, thank you.
You got it.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome.
How do you choose if you have different passions? You always
You
say
pick one.
Only one. Focusing on one,
Yes.
not 10.
You can focus on 10. It's hard.
Okay.
You might be talented enough. I don't know.
Okay, but
it's
you
only
say
doing.
focus on one
It's
and
only
doing.
it's only doing. Doing is the I got it. Doing is the only thing.
The cover.
The cover. Doing is the only thing. It's the only thing that matters. It's the only like everybody's pondering. By the way, guys, you've been living under very good economic times. Economy's been good over the last 7 to 10 years. Like 6, 7, 8 years. What do you think is going to happen to all your businesses when the economy goes bad and there's no funding and there's no customers? Go ask all the retailers what happened to their business here after the bombing at your airport. Like, what do you think? Like, you guys have had it good. You're young. You haven't had it bad. Everybody's pondering and creating CEO in their Instagram title. like wait to shit is hard. Wait to shit is hard and there's no money. You're gonna go get a job. So while it's good right now, it's a really bad strategy to just debate. Because by the time you figure it out, the market's gonna suck and there's gonna be no customers to be had and it doesn't matter that you figured it out.
So currently I'm discussing with a startup to help them with their growth.
Okay.
We set some really good growth goals.
Yep.
So they really want some leads, some conversions. It's really clear to them.
Okay.
But I'm really scared that I can't experiment because I would like to do content marketing, experiment with things like Musical.ly because it's really age group between 12 and 16.
Fine.
But the growth goals are too tight.
So don't do it.
But I have to earn some money.
So go find somebody else to do something with.
Okay. And would you
or tell them the truth.
Would you discuss with them?
The one thing I would never do in life is do something that is already a losing proposition before you started.
Yeah.
That's what you're coming to me
I
with.
told them you have the brand and you have
Pictures?
like leads and the sales marketing
I
story.
understand what you're saying.
And they were like, okay,
you want to do branding and they want to do conversion. You want to do a mix of branding and conversion. Picture?
Yeah, video picture.
Yep.
But what if you do only the leads and the conversions? You don't have a brand.
That's right. So you either tell them.
Yeah, I told them, and they were like, "Yeah, we can build a brand while doing the leads and the conversions." And I told them,
sounds like you need to find somebody else to do business with.
Okay.
What are these? The only fucking people in the world you can do business with?
No.
Well, so then go find fucking people to do business with.
All right. Okay.
You either compromise or you don't.
Yeah.
I've won on not compromising because I'm good enough. My man, you're walking into dog shit.
Okay.
You're walking into a straight loss.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of there.
Get another startup to help.
Yeah.
I just need 3 words for being a good CEO.
Okay.
And I want it on tape.
You got it.
Give me 3 words.
You work for them.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's leadership. Everybody wants to be a CEO and they think that people work for them. A CEO works for the people.
Yeah, I know.
That's where people are confused.
Really?
Yes, all the pressure's on you. It's your fault. It's on you.
Do you believe in what you do?
The most.
Like 100%?
100%.
Okay, I really want to.
Like 100%.
Nice, man. I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Really.
Should I launch my business on the side or take a gap year and try to launch it?
Both work.
Both?
Both work.
Which one is best?
I don't know you well enough. You know. You know what I mean? They both work.
Yes.
Which one do you want to do?
I would like to try to take a gap year, but
So take a gap
I'm
year.
scared.
Well, that's why you're not asking.
Yes. Which one will you do?
I wouldn't take either.
What will you do then?
I can't answer that for you. Fear's holding you back. You know what you want to do. The only reason you're not doing it is because you're scared of doing what you actually want to do. Right?
Yes, that's.
Are you scared to do it because your parents won't like it?
No, my parents actually support me.
Okay, so what are you scared of? Failing?
Not failing, but still being at the same place when my friends are at the next level.
Huge mistake. You don't want the same thing your friends want.
No.
So why the fuck do you care what they have? Number one mistake so many people make is they care about what other people have. I don't give a fuck what anybody has. If I have more, if I have less, doesn't matter. I worry about myself. The fact that you're worrying about other people's accomplishments is already a losing formula. You need to get rid of that first, then you can focus on yourself.
Thank you.
You understand?
Yes, I do.
You just have to talk these things through, and then when you get to the right answer, you answered it, which I love. So the fact that you care that 1 year later, you do your thing, which you loved and you decided that you want to do, but you weren't successful, and your friend got a job and now he's got a little bit more money, that bothers you. I built a $45 million business in 4 years and was still paying myself $40,000. No fancy car, no fucking watch, no fucking bling bling, because I knew what I was doing it for. I believed fully, she's still here, in what I was doing, right? You're worried about way too many short-term goals. When your mouth says that you want big-time goals.
I launched my company last summer in a beta phase. We have now 1,000 paying customers and shipping 3,000 devices next month. And we have 2 options to choose from. Option 1 is that we grow
Let's keep moving pictures.
10,000 customers in 2 years and break even with the funding we have. Or we start up another funding round and we know there's interest from investment funds.
I would take the money.
Of course.
I'll tell you why. Thank you, my friend. Because I think the money's going to dry up.
Yeah.
And so I think if you feel like you're getting money at the value that you feel good about, I would take it.
Yeah.
And I know that you hear me say a lot, like don't take the money, like if you can do it. The only thing I would say is if you've got funding interest and it's at the, I don't know how to do this, and you're getting the money at the terms that you want. Yeah.
All right.
Well, then take it.
Yeah. So you would say better grow faster and
if you're capable.
I
Like,
started a business
go ahead.
with my father like 6 months ago in Persian rugs.
Okay.
But it's difficult for us to really find the right
Pictures.
consumer.
Pictures. Why?
Because
Thank you,
we
man.
think they are like 40 plus. They're aged about 40 plus. But we have social media, but it's very hard for us to target them. Which kind of content do you prefer us to use in social media? Like what kind of which kind of content should we use on social media?
Pictures and videos of your products.
Thank you. Yeah, but in what way?
Through my
Because
camera.
we make pictures.
I don't know. I don't know your business well enough to know exactly, but the creative is the variable of success. You know, so the bottom line is that I don't really have a read on exactly how, you know, what you're doing with your biz, but I can't give a lot of people I can give advice to because it's a general. Yours is very specific. So I don't know. What I know is clearly what you're doing isn't working.
Yeah, but social media ads, would you prefer?
Facebook. Because you can target 40 years and older and $100,000 income and higher. Are you targeting like that?
Yes.
And so it's not converting.
Not really, but I really have to use to work on my content. So
How much are you spending?
About like 20 euros a day.
20 euros a day?
Yes.
Well, so it's a very small number. You're not sure if it's working or not. You know? How many days have you done it?
Like a month.
Yeah, you haven't even started.
So I'm working under her, and I'm building a business, but I'm finding a hard time keeping my attitude up when I'm controlling people, because I lose my attitude when I lose control over the situation.
Okay.
How do I handle that?
I mean, I'm not sure. Are you? I don't know you well enough, but composure is, if you're managing people, composure is the only thing that matters. Being the bigger woman in every situation is the only thing that matters.
So when I lose control, how do I?
Well, why are you losing control? What's bothering you so much?
Because I lose control over the situation, something I cannot have control over.
You shouldn't be a manager until you figure out how to fix that inside of you. So whether that's therapy or reading or meditation or rethinking the situation, if you're too emotional when you lose control, you'll never manage.
Then how do I keep my attitude up?
By reframing your brain into valuing what matters.
Okay.
99% of things don't matter.
Right.
And if you're getting upset, that means you think everything matters. I'm never upset.
How do I keep my head cool then?
I don't know. There might be something deeper inside of you that, like, in the way that you were raised or the way you're wired, you need to figure that out. For now, I would tell you that if that's where you're coming with your question, that's your thing, you need to like take a big step backwards and not want to manage.
Okay.
Like the only people I let manage are the coolest, calmest, most grounded.
So I just have to be calm.
Yes, but great. That's not so easy. I've said that to a million people. You're not gonna be calm. You need to take a big step backwards and figure out why you're not calm. Well, Luca, first of all, good news. You're in Italy, which is an amazing country. You know, you've got to take a step back and be honest with yourself. If you're struggling in your business, it means you're lying to yourself. Okay. And so either your product isn't as good as you think, you're overpriced, it's not as good as you think it is. You got to go and ask customers that said yes and no, and ask them what they think. Same advice I just gave to that young man. The customer's right, not a marketing genius, not the people that created it. Ask the customers, the ones that said yes and the ones that said no, and take your emotion out of the equation, and then see what the truth is. Watch what I do.
Just
don't listen, do shit. Like when I thought of the 60 Second Club, I did it an hour later. And I have a big audience, I have a lot to lose, right? I have a lot to lose. And then again, I just said it, it's been fucking 3 months. I switched back. I'm not scared to change.
Just do shit.
Do shit. I knew that I was a businessman, and when you guys, most of you didn't see this, that big man that I hugged out, he saw it. I was the wine guy. Yeah. I was the wine guy. So I started making business videos and everybody's comments were, stick to wine, do what you do. What the fuck do you know about business? I had already built the business, people didn't even know me for that. Just do shit. I decided I'm gonna start a beanie company. I may or may not, but I'm trying to do it, right? Remember the honey cup, where's the honey company? Remember, for some of you that watch Ask GaryVee? There is no honey company. Vaynertoys failed. Like, there's no honey company. I didn't get to it. I tried to. I got a lot of samples. I got a lot of data. I'm just doing all the time. We're ideating every day, making up shit on the
Playing
spot.
around, testing.
Playing, doing. If 1 out of 30 things succeeds, it's better than all of the things that you guys haven't started.
The biggest value you can just share with my viewers.
Well, what kind of viewers are they? Youngsters?
Youngsters like me, people who want to start a business, people who need personal development.
It's patience. It's fucking patience. Okay. It's patience. Like all of you want it too fast. I'm 41 years old and I feel like I'm 7. Like when I was 15 or 17 or 22, I thought 41-year-olds were so fucking old. They felt so old. I wish all of you 13, 16, 19, and 24-year-olds could feel how young I am in my soul right now. It would change everything you do. You would become dramatically more patient, which would mean that you would make a lot more of the successes that you want to happen. Most of you will lose because you're trying to take shortcuts. The problem is right now everybody's building apps and they're not building businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
I know. You couldn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is what you need to think about.
Thank you.
It's the business of apps, not apps that are businesses. Everybody's thinking about apps. Your app might be right. Do you have a sustainable business? The economics of the scale of what you're building is very difficult.
One thing you would have done different in VaynerMedia?
0. No regrets.
No regrets. None.
Okay, thank you so
Can't
much.
think, let me give you the best piece. This is I appreciate you asking that. What value in the world does it have to look backwards in a world where you're gonna make a ton more mistakes? Do you know what I mean? Like, reconciling mistakes you've made in the past in a world where you're gonna be making a bunch more seems like a waste of energy to me, you know? That's what, you learn from your mistakes, but like, who knows if I didn't do that, everything's wired together. If I didn't make that mistake, but would have that led me to that meeting, which became my ultimate upside, you can't unwind them. Everybody wants to unwind shit to tactics. That's why I stay so macro. Got it?
Working together, we can help better.